Hey guys again. I also wanted to talk about just the playoffs in general and the matchups we're going to see and just give a kind of a quick overview of each one. And some are going to go really quick because the first round of the playoffs in the NBA, there's usually a few good matchups, but then the other ones it's kind of like pretty much a given who's going to win. Um, so let's start with Celtics Atlanta. Obviously Celtics took game one. Um, I I think the Celtics are going to do a quick work of Atlanta. I don't see Atlanta really putting up much of a fight. I think it's going to go five, maybe 6 games at the most. Um, then we got Philly and Brooklyn, kind of the same thing. I don't see it being particularly close. Um, I just think Embiid, Harden. I mean, Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris. I just think Philly is too much. The Nets, they don't really. They made a lot of trade moves at the trade deadline, right? But they were mostly sellers, and they lost their star power. And they have a lot of good pieces. And I like Michael Bridges. I like Cam Johnson. I mean, I like all their pieces. It's just they, they haven't clicked yet. There's something missing on that team. So there's not enough star power. So, anyways, so that series I think is a given. The Bucks Miami series I think is more interesting than usually you'd see a one versus an eight. I still got the Bucks, in 5 or 6, but Miami's was supposed to be a lot better this year, and they've underachieved this whole year, and part is because they've had terrible shooting from just about everybody. They haven't been able to shoot the ball well, whether it's Struss, Vincent, Duncan Robinson. Obviously, Jimmy Butler doesn't shoot much. Tyler Hero's been pretty good from three. Um, but when you got Bam, when you got Kyle Lowry, when you got like Hero, and you got Jimmy Butler, I mean, you got a chance. So and in the past, Miami has upset Milwaukee in the first round. So again, I got Milwaukee in 5 or 6 game. I just think they got too much, especially they seem to be fully healthy. So um, yeah, so that series is done. I'm trying to think of the last one in the East. I wrote it down. Oh yeah, New York, Cleveland. That's probably the most interesting one. In New York won tonight. I really like Brunson, and they went on the road too, so that's huge. I really like that Julius Randle played tonight because he was hurt. There was doubts as to whether or not he was going to come back. So um, I think the fact they won game one is a big one. I've got the Knicks in this one, but I think this one's going to go 7 games. I think Cleveland's got they got Darius Garland and they got Donovan Mitchell. So um, I feel Cleveland almost has more talent. I think the Knicks have a little bit more experience just because Tom Thibodeau and I think his style. And what's interesting about the win they got today too is they played a lot more guys off their bench for a lot more minutes, which is for Thibodeau kind of rare because he usually plays his stars like 35, 40 minutes. So, anyways, uh, I'll keep it quick, but I got the Knicks, but I think it's going to go 7 games and it's going to be close. Now let's go to the West. Obviously, I already said Sacramento Warriors. I already talked about it, so just like the other video, but I got the Warriors winning in 6. Um, let's see, Lakers Memphis. So this is I'll talk probably more about it tomorrow. This is a very interesting series in my opinion. I had the Lakers coming out of it, winning. But again, that's all based on injury. That's the thing that worries me about the Lakers is Anthony Davis, LeBron. I mean, they because of their age, because of their fragility, they could get hurt at any time. But assuming they're healthy and playing 35 minutes, I've got them winning over Memphis. I think Memphis, its front court depth has been hurt because of injuries. Steven Adams, Brandon Clark. So when you got a guy like LeBron James, Anthony Davis, who mainly attack the paint, that's a problem. So so for that matchup, yeah, I got the Lakers. I'm gonna go Lakers, and it's gonna go 6 or 7. I'll say 6, but it could go 7. And then let's see. The first seed was Denver, so the Nuggets are playing Minnesota. I think if Jaden McDaniel hadn't broken his hand, this series would be a little bit closer. But I'll go Denver in 5 or 6. So I'll go. Yeah, I'll go 6. I'll go Denver in 6. Nah, I'll go 5. I'll go Denver in 5. Um, I just think they got too much. Denver's got too much power. I think, like I said, the injury of Jay McDaniel, Anthony Edwards didn't look good in that playing game the other night. So, um, and I don't think Rudy Gobert. It's just not working. I don't think it's a good fit. I said it in the offseason. I thought it was a bad trade playing Karl Anthony Towns and Gobert together. I'm not a big fan. So, anyways, Lakers. Um, then let's see the 4 versus the 5. We got Clippers Phoenix. That's probably the most interesting series. Um, I think it would have been had Paul George been healthy, but he doesn't look like he's healthy and that he's going to be healthy this series. He might come back at the end of it, but I wouldn't bet on it. So literally, so yeah, I mean I got Phoenix in 6. I think the Clippers will make it interesting because they're well coached and they got Kawhi Leonard, but they got a lot of depth off the bench. But I just think, I think Phoenix is challenged because they don't have enough depth. But in this series, without Paul George, it won't matter. If it was Paul George, then I'd have a much more difficult decision to make. Um, but that's not the case. So those are my NBA playoff prediction. Like I said, I think the second rounds are going to be much better. But it's going to be interesting. I think there's a few series that are pick 'em. The Memphis Lakers. I think the Clippers, Suns series could be a pick 'em series. The Warriors Sacramento. So I think in the West there's a lot more, and then New York Cleveland. But I think those are the 4 series that could become very interesting. So yeah, I mean stay tuned. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited. I'm gonna watch Memphis Lakers at least the second half of it tomorrow night. So yeah, stay tuned. All right, bye guys.